ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् यदविद्याविलासेन भूतभौतिकसृष्टया तं नौमि सच्चिदानन्दलक्षणम्. What happened? I'm not being heard, Karthik?
Yes, Swami, you're not video
Okay.
is freezing and
Hold
audio
on.
is also, you're not audible, sir.
Okay.
Very inconsistent, Swami.
Just a minute, okay? I think this will be better. Is this better, Karthik? Huh?
Little better.
Okay. I don't know why today there seems to be a lot of trouble with the net connection. Yeah. Is this something to do with the room? It's very poor connection itself.
Maybe we should switch off our videos, Swami, it will help with the bandwidth.
Yeah, maybe you all can switch off your videos and switch it on when you want to ask something, Yeah. That may increase, make the connection a bit better. Okay, so last time we saw how by Anumanam we are looking at the mithyatvam of the world. Okay. So ashra abhimata atyanta bhava pratiyogitva. Simple. It is very put in a very difficult language. Okay. The language is difficult, but actually the thing is pretty straightforward and simple. So any questions, clarifications on this much? Okay. All right. Then a little bit at the end was...
I had...
Shoot.
So Swami, in the Shastra, does it ever use the word mithya explicitly, or is it through Jagat Karanatvam of Brahman that mithya is derived?
Yeah, the word mithya is not directly used in any of the Upanishads as far as I know. Yeah, in about 30-40 Upanishads that I've studied, it is not there. But equivalents have been used. Like in Chandogya, Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadeyam. Okay? So it's just a modification. It's dependent on your word. So words like that have been used. And the word Maya has been used. Okay? So anything that is born of Maya is mithya, is a term that has been added. The word Maya, it comes in the Shastra. All the Sattva, Rajas, all that thing comes in the Shastra. The term mithya per se has not come. But equivalents have come. That's the evolution of language, so not an issue. Equivalents have come.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So one last little bit of that topic was left. So he says here, another example, that's all. In the 78th, this thing, Yadva ayam gataha eta tantu nishta atyanta ayam pataha, sorry. Eta tantu nishta atyanta abhava pratiyogi patatva. Okay. Ayam pataha, this cloth. Okay. This cloth is what? Etad tantu nishtaha. The cloth depends on what? The threads, the fibers, the threads. Atyanta abhava pratiyogi. In the threads, where is the cloth? No cloth. Threads are threads. Therefore, Atyanta abhava of the cloth is there in the tantu. Tasya abhava pratiyogi, the counterpositive of abhava. That means the presence. Because you are seeing the cloth. Okay. Though in the threads there is no cloth. Yeah, Atyanta abhava pratiyogi. Therefore, since you are seeing it, it is mithya. Since you are dealing with it, it is mithya. That's how we present the definition. Yeah. Patatva. Why? For the reason of it being a pataha. What reason are you giving it? Other than being a pata, what other reason is there? Other than being a cloth, what other reason can you give? Example, patantaravat, like any other pata. This, you are talking of this particular cloth. Like that cloth there. Yeah, patantaravat. Okay. Ityadi anumanam mithyatve pramanam. Therefore, in a way, for mithya, anumanam becomes the pramanam. Yeah, because, look at it. Shastra has not directly said mithya. It has used equivalent words, but not directly said. Shastra is talking about Satyam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Finish, that's it. Okay. How do you show that the world is mithya? See, what is the pramana meant for? Pramanam is meant to talk about what is. Maya, mithya is what is not there. Therefore, if a pramana talks about it, what will it become? Existing. Yeah. Therefore, mithya is a conclusion drawn inferentially because you are seeing something other than Satyam. In your mind, there is a conclusion. World is real. This is real. It's a definite conclusion. This is real. How have you made that conclusion? Not perception. Perception shows only names and forms. That conclusion is some rudimentary logic you have used. Because I am dealing with it, it is real. Because I can't go through it, it is real. Correct? You have some logic for it. Some rudimentary logic is there. Therefore, since the reality of the world has been established by some logic, not by the Shastra. Yeah, therefore, that logic, you need logic to dismiss it. Pramanam. In that way, pramanam. The word pramanam is used in that sense. Mithyatve pramanam. Yeah.
But without understanding mithya and satya, we won't be able to.
Agreed. Agreed. Nobody is denying that.
Can we say this is a secondary pramana?
Not for knowing the truth. You know the truth through pramana only, Shabda. So, as far as Shabda is concerned, everything else becomes Anukula Tarka. Supporting arguments, because your mind requires it. See, that's why for an Uttama Adhikari. Huh? Yeah, Mithya is proved by logic. No? How do you say this is not real? Because the reality of it is a conclusion based on some rudimentary logic.
But mithya comes within the radar of science only. Within science.
So, science is Anumanam, no? If you are saying science, okay, quantum physics proves mithyatvam of the world. Correct? You can say that. In quantum physics, you are understanding mithyatvam of the world. Fair enough. So, what is quantum physics made up of? Perception and inference. Yeah. Inferential conclusions. Why? Because you have one inferential conclusion that the world is real. So, you need another inferential conclusion to prove it is not real. You are not seeing it and saying it is mithya. You are seeing Nama Rupa.
That will be perception.
That is only perception, yeah. Perception is only Nama Rupa. That it is Satyam or that it is Mithya or that is Vyavahara Yoga, etc. is a conclusion that you have made. That is real also is a conclusion. See, because of basic ignorance, self-ignorance. I don't know what I am. Therefore, first conclusion is what? I am this much only. I am like this only. Why am I like this only? Okay. That is the basic conclusion you have made. Then when you look onto the world, what will you say? It's all real. Why? Because you experience things which is not real also. Mirage water not real. It's your experience, no? Rope snake not real, your experience. So can you see now where logic is coming in? Rudimentary logic, but that logic is there to show these things are real. One logic will be whatever is useful is real, for example. Yatra yatra prayojakam tatra tatra satyatvam. Yeah, Vyapti you also have, no? Wherever it is useful, it is real. That's a conclusion your mind has made. Rope snake is not useful, but table is useful. It's a conclusion, inferential conclusion. Therefore, you have to negate it with another inferential conclusion. See, we are speaking on the world of logic, therefore it has to proceed logically. Yeah. We are trying to put Vedanta into a framework of classical logic or Aristotelian logic. Okay? Nyaya. Therefore, he says we can fit in that, not a problem. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. Atyanta bhava pratiyogitvam. Bas, ho gaya kaam. Yeah. Yeah. Those also has to be negated. No? There, drigdrishya bhava works because it is me. But that is also a logic, no? What are you saying? Yad drishyam tad mataha anyam. Isn't that the logic used? Whatever is seen is other than me. Yatha patavat or gatavat, like a pot or a cloth. So the same logic we are using. Yeah, they are also using logic. Drigdrishya viveka. But because it is me and I am intimately connected, drigdrishya viveka is good enough. But drigdrishya viveka is also a form of logic only, you know. To put it logically, yad drishyam tad anityam, yad drishyam mataha anyaha gatavat. That logic is there. Yeah. See, when we start studying Vedanta, we don't give all this logic because it becomes unnecessarily confusing. Vedanta is straight, simple, straightforward, direct. Then later schools of thought came up. Therefore, you have to put it in their language to answer them. This is one of those texts. But it is good because it refines and clarifies your understanding. It refines and clarifies. That's all the main job is. Yeah. The what aspect of it you all will really enjoy the last two chapters. The subject matter and the use of Vedanta. Yeah. Those two chapters. But here it's an analysis of how the pramana works and in what way a pramana. Like for Shabda is a pramana that we need. But how will Anumana help Shabda? Mithya to nischaya. That's good. Yeah. That's why it's pramana. Therefore, now he is quoting previous writers, okay? Amshinaha so amshagata atyanta bhavasya pratiyoginaha amshatvadi amshaiva digeshu gunadishu iti. So this he is applying now, this definition, atyanta bhava pratiyogita. He is applying to everything. Everything from the Nyaya standpoint. Guna and Guni, the Guna is there in the entity. Like the color of the cloth. Cloth doesn't have that color. It was dyed that color. Therefore, atyanta bhava pratiyogitvam. Amsha amshani, atyanta bhava pratiyogitvam. Everything the same argument is applied. So the color is mithya, form is mithya, this is mithya, part is mithya. So same definition applied to the right. Okay. Swagata amsha abhava sya pratiyoginaha. Amshitvaditi Amsheva. Then Digeshu, Gunadishu, in space, Guna that is seen in space, color, etc. Atyanta Bhava Pratiyoga. Same thing. Yeah, exactly, same thing. In other words, whatever you see is mithya. Except with the Atma. Yeah.
So, sir, what is this repeat that argument I didn't get?
Huh?
Whatever you see,
Is mithya.
so the guna they are saying. So the
Yeah.
color is orange.
Whether it is a guna, a quality. Look at it. Why is he taking guna? Again, Tarka, remember this. In Tarka, a guna has to reside in a guni. Correct? Therefore, they make guna Veda. Like the color orange has to reside in a cloth or anywhere else. Therefore, the cloth itself is not orange. That means what? There is a guni Veda. Therefore, in the guna is not there. Atyanta bhava pratiyogitvam. There, your guna has become mithya. That means all your categories I can dismiss as mithya. Sapta padartha, all of it can be dismissed as mithya. So, all the categories that Nyaya talks about, all of it dismissed as mithya. There is no space left to stand. Are you getting what we are doing in the whole thing? That's it. Technical, yeah, let's put technically, that's okay.
So what is that
Atyanta
Atyanta Bhava Pratiyog means?
bhava, okay.
The absence of that is
So, ashraya, abhimata ashraya, like book. What does the book depend upon? Pages. In the page, is there a book? Therefore, atyanta bhava of the book in the pages. Therefore, atyanta bhava pratiyogi. Of counterpositive. Counterpositive is the presence. Therefore, the presence of the book in the pages is mithya. In other words, what you call book is mithya. So, he is using one definition that can be used against all tarka categories, across the whole range of categories. One definition. And you see, yeah, there is a brilliance in it, correct? See, but this we don't use to unfold Vedanta. You have to understand that also in this class. You don't use this to unfold Vedanta for the simple reason that it's unnecessarily complicated, making it complex. Vedanta is simple, straightforward to present it. Satya, Mithya, etc. is presented without all these complicated arguments. That's why I put up that 4 different definitions. Simple, adhisthana ananyatvam. If it cannot exist independent of the adhisthana, it is mithya. Finished. That definition works right across everything else. One definition. It depends on something else. It's a dependent reality. Ananyatvam, I said. In the definition. So, abhimata adhisthana or ashraya. What you are holding as the ashraya for the book. What are you holding as the ashraya for the book? Paper, pages, exactly. Yeah? Yeah. See, that is simpler way of understanding. This is put technically because of the argument coming against. Yeah. See, this is the whole text is an argument against Nyaya. Why was it necessary to write a text like this? Because at that by this time, few centuries back, okay, Nyaya was the forerunner of science, no? Of theoretical physics. It is the forerunner of theoretical physics. Existed 1500 BC onwards, minimum. Minimum 1500 BC onwards, Nyaya has existed. Nyaya Vaisheshika has existed. So by this time of this author, Nyaya was the main thing, like how today science is the main thing. Everything is tested against science. No? So that time everything was tested against Nyaya. So then you have to answer it in Nyaya language. Like how today I use arguments against science, etc. The same way that time this was necessary. So today science, like for example manifested consciousness, you are studying the question of consciousness, biocentrism, all that has come, which I have answered. So, same way. Because what is current thinking in the society? So for example, when the Karika came up, Buddhistic thinking was very popular. So Gaudapada uses some Buddhistic arguments to answer Buddhism. Exactly. Kanteneva kantakaha. Like removing a thorn by another thorn. Yeah. That's the example he used. Walking in the forest, a thorn entered your feet. You don't have your clippers and things to pull it out. So you use another thorn and slowly take it out. What? You don't have anything else. That way. All right. Okay. Now he is giving you a counter argument for this. Simple but nice. Nacha gatadehe mithyatve san gataha iti pratyakshena bada. If you are saying, if gataha is talked about as mithya, any object, gata is example, gata meaning pot. If it is talked about as mithya, when you see a pot, you see an existing pot or you see a non-existing pot? You said atyanta bhava pratiyogi. You are seeing an existing pot, san gata. Therefore, pratyakshena, your anumanam is bada, negated. This is not a problem. He says what? Adhisthana brahma sattaya tatra vishetaya gatadehe satyatva siddhi. He says the satyatva siddhi of the gata is because that gata is based on Brahman ultimately. Therefore, the existence of Brahman that is appearing as the existence of the pot. The existence of Brahman that is appearing as the existence of the pot. Because ultimately pot is also dependent on Brahman. No? You will say clay only for that much. But clay also depends on Brahman. Remember my old arguments? Book. What is the book dependent on? Paper. What is paper dependent on? Hydrocarbons. What is hydrocarbons? Molecules, atoms, particles. Finally what? Dimensionless existence. The dimensionless, because if you have a dimension, I will reduce it further. So what is the final thing? Dimensionless existence. Because existing. Don't say this is not existing, I will give a whack with it. It is existing. Therefore, dimensionless existence. Dimensionless existence, what we call Brahman. So ultimately it resolves into Brahman alone. Therefore, the existence of Brahman appears as the existence of the pot. Simple. No issue. Okay, no issue. Huh? Nasato vidyate bhava, na bhavo vidyate sata. Gitaya. Correct. Now he is giving another argument. Nacha nirupasya brahmanaha katam chakshudadi jnana vishayeti. You are saying existence of Brahman is coming as the existence of the pot. But I am seeing the pot. How can Brahman, which doesn't have a form, appear as a pot? Okay. Good argument. Okay. Vachyam. Nirupasyabi rupade pratyaksha vishayatvad. Now he is giving a counter argument only from Nyaya. Okay. You have to use the Nyaya argument now. In Nyaya, color is a guna that has to exist in a locus, cloth, pot, whatever. Does color have color? It's a Nyaya argument. Does color have color? Because remember, if color is a guna, it has to exist in a locus which is free from that. So color itself should not have color. But you are still seeing color. No? Therefore, according to you, we don't accept it. This is called ardhangikara argument. You are accepting the opposite party's argument and giving the reply in that. This color does not have color, but you are still seeing it. So what's the problem? If my Brahman is appearing as a... What's your issue on that? Okay, it's purely from that. Otherwise, you will get confused with this argument. It's only using Nyaya argument to answer Nyaya. We will answer it differently. Okay. One second, Sunil. Yeah?
The fan is moving, so there is underlying electricity. We cannot see the electricity. So that's logic that even if you don't see
No, that is inference, etc. You can put it differently. Yeah.
it will not apply.
Yeah. Yeah, you were asking something. Sunita, Suresh.
Yeah, I just said if you could repeat that, I couldn't catch the argument actually.
This is, see, the argument in Nyaya is that color is a guna that has to have a locus in a guni. So the question the Vedantin is asking the Nayayika is, does color have color? Color is a guna. Color cannot have another guna of color. But you still, therefore, color which does not have color is seen by you. No? It is only dismissing the Tarkika argument, nothing else. Okay? Yeah. The Vedanta argument I will give you later. Nacha nirupasya, okay, Vachyam, okay. Nacha nirupasya dravyasya chakshuradi yogyatvam iti niyama. There is no absolute niyama that a formless thing will not be seen by your eyes. Can you think of an example? Akasha. Akasha doesn't have any form, no? But you're still seeing it. You're seeing space. Yeah. Na niyamaha. Manmate brahmanaha dravyatva asiddhehe. In Vedanta, we don't take Brahman as a dravya. We don't take him as a substance. Dravya means what? Guna, karma, etc. Like that you will have to say. Dravya means an physical object. We are not taking Brahman as a physical object in that sense. We are not taking Brahman as an object. Finished. Therefore, you can't apply that rule and say Nirupaha, etc. Guna ashrayatvam samavayi karnatvam va dravyatvam iti te abhimatam. Okay, now he is elaborating that. In Tarka, how do you define a dravya? As an ashraya for guna, as a locus for guna. All gunas have to exist in dravya. If the color is existing in the cloth becomes a dravya. Okay?
Dravya.
Yeah. Then, va samavayi karnatvam va, or it should be the locus of inherence. It should inher. Samavayi karanam is a question of inherence. How does color exist in the cloth? Samavayi karanam you say, or asamavayi karanam. There is two different ways of relation. All right. Nahi nirgunasya brahmana, for nirgunam brahma, guna ashrayata napi samavayi karanata. Brahman cannot have a nirguna, guna ashrayatvam, because itself is nirguna. But all gunas are there in Brahman. Mithyatvam. Why? Atyanta bhava pratiyogi. Can you see? Atyanta bhava pratiyogi. Then what about Saguna Brahman? I am digressing. It's important. Then Saguna Brahman will become Mithya? Huh? सोच लो थोड़ा, नेक्स्ट क्लास में देखेगा. We'll think about it. Because if we apply the definition, Atyanta Bhava Pratiyogi, Ishvara will become Mithya.
There's no difference. Just प्यार से ईश्वर बोलता है.
No, but answer it logically.
You have to answer logically.
Huh? Yeah. In Nirguna, you are seeing Saguna. Therefore, the Saguna becomes what? There is no guna. What happened to this? There is no guna, right? In Brahman. This is Nirguna. Therefore, if you are seeing Sagunam, what it becomes? Atyanta Bhava Pratiyogi. So, Saguna Brahman become Mithya then? Ishvara is Mithya?
Actually, that is what I wanted to ask you. Because when I go to the temple, you close your eyes and you start Vididhyasana, you forget the deity. So the deity is there till I see my eyes. So that's why your object.
सोच लो, think it over a bit, think it over a bit. What is mithya and what is Ishvara and what is Brahman? Think about it. थोड़ा सोच लो. Think about it, it will be interesting. Because by definition now it has become mithya.
But it is.
It is not.
No, but the
Okay, let's deal with it.
Ashaya is there.
What is mithya in that?
The attributes are mithya.
Huh?
Then the name and the form are mithya.
Only the gunas are mithya.
Huh.
Are we saying Ishvara is mithya?
Ishvara is the name given to
Okay,
the
so what are the gunas? The whole creation is a guna. So creation is mithya. Who is saying no?
The gunas are mithya.
Ishvara is not mithya. Ishvara is satyam. Why? Ishvara is satyam jnanam anantam brahman.
No, but no. See, Jiva, Ishvara comes with respect to Jiva. If Jiva is mithya, then in that sense Ishvara becomes mithya.
Who said jiva is mithya?
They are talking.
Jivo brahmaiva. I am not saying you are mithya. I am saying tattvamasi.
I'm talking about the Jivatva. I'm not talking about
How
the
is
Tattva.
is jivatva mithya?
Whatever Ankara is mithya. So, no, it becomes
Ahankara is mithya. So who said jivatvam is mithya? When one second.
Jivatvam is a content.
One second. When we are saying jiva is nothing but Brahman, what are we dismissing there?
The attributes,
Huh?
the upadhis.
All the upadhis are being dismissed. Jiva is not being dismissed. Jiva is being presented as Brahman. If jiva is Brahman, how can Ishvara be other than Brahman? What is Ishvara? Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Why are you calling him Ishvara? We are looking at Satyam Jnanam Anantam with respect to the world. The world is mithya. Who says no? Who says no? We are not saying Ishvara is mithya. This is a mistake Vedantins make. This is a mistake that many people who study Vedanta make. Ishvara is mithya. Over that is Brahman. Natije.
I think one of the reasons is because we are so used to idol worshipping, so we take Ishvara as like, Brahma, Vishnu or Mahesh,
Yeah.
and that's where the problem
That's
comes.
invocation.
Yeah.
Then Saguna Brahma is not mithya.
Hmm?
Saguna Brahma, when we use the word,
That word Saguna comes only with respect to the creation.
but creation is mithya.
See, when you, that is why, understand this very clearly. Vedanta never says jiva is mithya. We are saying you are nothing but Brahman. What you have taken yourself to be is mithya. Similarly, Ishvara, what is Ishvara? Brahman. If you are taking him as other than that, then that is mithya.
As a creator, it becomes mithya.
Huh?
As a creator, it will become mithya.
Why? Creator is Satyam.
No, creator will become again.
How will one second. Creation is mithya. How is a creator mithya? Put it like this. Supposing I create an illusion. Illusion is illusory, right? Isn't it? Do I become an illusion? I'm the one who's created the illusion. Similarly, if Ishvara has created the world is mithya. Does Ishvara become mithya?
No, if we go to Mandukya,
Huh?
if we go to Mandukya,
Ah.
in that total and individual and total.
Ishvara,
So then-
Ishvara.
One second, Karthik. Yeah.
So there is individual mind, Tejas, I think, and the Hiranyagarbha.
Ah.
So in that respect, both at the Hiranyagarbha and the Tejas, they both become mithya.
One second. What is Tejasa and what is Hiranyagarbha?
The individual mind.
Understand the definition there. Tejasa is consciousness manifest in an individual mind. Consciousness manifest in the total mind. So what is mithya there? Only the mind is mithya,
The mind is mithya.
not the consciousness. And Tejasa is what?
Correct.
One second. What is Tejasa? What is Hiranyagarbha? Consciousness manifest in a finite mind is called Tejasa. The same consciousness manifest in the total mind is called Hiranyagarbha. So what is the mithya part? Not Tejasa or Hiranyagarbha. What is mithya is the mind. You are living out, when you are saying Tejasa, Hiranyagarbha, you are living out the consciousness.
Then same thing when we take a step forward and then
Yeah.
And then what is then?
Manifest total Maya Shakti.
Total Maya.
So what is mithya?
The Maya Shakti.
Maya Shakti is mithya. It is not, it is not, consciousness is not mithya. Ishvara is consciousness. Then what? Ishvara is consciousness. So from one standpoint you are calling him Saguna Brahman. Another standpoint you are calling him Brahman, Nirguna Brahman. It's only standpoint. Gunas are mithya, we accept. Who says no? The consciousness is not. Yeah. Because students of Vedanta make this mistake. Yeah. I am Brahman and Ishvara is what? Mithya. How can that be? Ishvara is saying, Aham Brahmasmi. Yeah, and then he is teaching you. So can you see that? It can never be. That's a mistake many students of Vedanta make, to take Ishvara as mithya. That's a wrong understanding. I have seen teachers, not many belonging to our sampradaya, they don't make that gross mistake like that. But I have seen many people saying that. Including there is one teacher whom Swamiji has given sannyasa, he says that, yeah. But he didn't study from Swamiji. He studied from his father. His father was a teacher. Yeah. Pandita. His father was a Pandita. That's why I always say, when you study, study from a sampradaya with, not from a Pandita. Then these type of mistakes will not come up. You know? Yeah. Karthik, you are asking something. Karthik, you are muted.
No,
Yeah.
Swamiji, I was just, sorry, I was, sorry, I was just clarifying, Ishwaratvam will be mithya, right?
If you are saying Ishwaratvam, partly acceptable, not fully, is rather better say the creation is mithya. Yeah. What Ishvara has created is mithya. Yeah.
Understood.
That's why I gave that example of me creating an illusion. Therefore, Gunashrayatvam is not there for Brahman. That means Gunas are all mithya. Yeah. Similarly, Samavai Karanatvam va Dravyatvam iti teva. Okay. Nahi Nurguna Brahmanasya Gunashrayata. You see?
Sanchit had a question.
Who had a question?
Sanchit had a question.
Oh yeah, sorry, Sanchit, tell me. Yeah.
So Maharaj, when we are saying Ishvara is not mithya, and we are saying Ishvara is nothing but Brahman.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not able to understand that. What are we defining as Ishvara there?
Defining Ishvara. Ishvara.
Defining as Ishvara there.
You are defining Ishvara as Brahman looked through the creation. Jagat Karanam Brahman. So, we are defining Ishvara as Jagat Karanam Brahman. As Brahman, there is a cause for this manifestation. Jagat Karanam Brahman.
Why is it not, yeah.
So just to make it different from the standpoint wise, so when you are saying Ishvara, the creation is involved. If you are saying Brahman, creation is not involved. Just to make that difference, we are using two words. Two words indicating two standpoints. Creation is mithya, nobody is denying it. Ishvara is not mithya. That's all we are saying. Because Ishvara is nothing but Brahman. You get the idea? Ishvara is nothing.
Swamiji, don't we also say that any standpoint is mithya? Do we not say that, Swamiji?
Standpoints can be mithya. So, is creation the standpoint or Brahman the standpoint? From the standpoint of creation, we are looking at Brahman and giving him a name. So, standpoint of creation is mithya, yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
But when
Once
we look at
again,
Brahman from the
this is.
standpoint of creation,
Brahman doesn't become mithya, creation becomes mithya. Non-categorical understanding, you are trying to categorize. No, you are trying to categorize Ishvara and Brahman. Your understanding is becoming categorical. Yeah. It is like this. I come in a saffron dress, sadhu. I come in a karate gi. The roles keep changing, dress keeps changing. I remain the same, no? The dress keeps changing. I am the same guy, no? Yeah. So that is where, yeah. Yes. Therefore, the person is not the mithya, the dress is the mithya. It keeps changing. Yeah.
Actually very silly because it is Maya Shakti.
Yeah, exactly. Huh. No, Jiva is none of them is mithya. Look at it. Jiva is Brahman, Ishvara is also Brahman. So what are we talking about? Because in your mind there is the subject-object division of Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, etc. We take that as a topic from your starting point. From your starting point, your standpoint, which is the starting point, we go into the reality and understanding the reality. Correct. So then what is mithya? Only what you are seeing. Atyanta bhava pratiyogitvam. Simple. See how the definition holds? You could logically challenge that definition.
So, Swamiji, the idols that we see,
Huh?
what about the idols that we see?
The I-ness.
The idols, like Ganpati idols.
So those are all for upasana, na? Those are all for upasana, namarupa.
That is the Brahman and that is Ishvara.
Tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate. If you are saying this is a symbol for Brahman, not a problem. If you are saying that alone is Ishvara, then it becomes a problem. So what is a murti? A point of invocation. Why do you need invocation? You need it. If you don't need it, no problems. Straight away, Ishvara is alive for you. Why? Satya Jnanam Anantam Brahman. Where is he not there? Then you are looking at the creation, Ishvara's order. Either way he is alive.
Because the idol will become name and form.
Correct. Why do you? Because you need name and form, we are given name and form. Yeah. We are not saying that's the reality. That is why you are invoking, when a name and form, understand this difference.
No, Swamiji,
One second. One second. Now listen. When you are invoking Ishvara, your mind is not being able to see the whole thing as Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahman and Ishvara. Your mind is not being able to see that. Now what do? The same Ishvara. Now we are invoking Ishvara. Why? Because it's within the creation now. So Jagat Karanam Brahma. How are you invoking in a temple? As a particular deity. It's a limited entity. Yes? Why? You can do it two ways. In the limited, you can see the limitlessness. If your mind is capable of that. Mind is not capable of it, okay, see it as limited. It's all right. Ishvara in this form I can relate to. As a Linga I can relate to, as Devi I can relate to, as whatever. You have a million forms. Because it's subject to what you can relate to. So then, when I say this, many students of Vedanta will make the other mistake. Some of you, I want to directly relate to Ishvara, not this. Fine. So I'll explain. Ishvara, Jagat Karanam Brahma, Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam, all that. The non-dual material and intelligence cause for the whole creation. The whole thing is nothing. Can you relate to that directly? If you can, no problems. You don't have to go into a temple. That means what? That means you'll see everything that's happening in your life as order of Ishvara. Yeah, why me, yaar? That why me question will not come up. सब मेरे पीछे क्यों पड़ा है? Where they all after me? That question will not come up. My children are after me, my relatives are after me, my guru is also after me. That question will not come up. Are you getting the idea?
So how do we explain?
Once again. This is go step by step. Are you getting this idea? If you can relate like this, you don't have to walk into a temple. If Prasada Buddhi, Ishwararpanam is natural. Why? Everything is in order. If everything is in order, you offered everything to the Lord, now it stands. You don't have to make a separate, oh, I am offering to the Lord. No, it's unoffered. Stands offered. Recognizing the order, it stands offered. Fine. Prasada Buddhi, natural. If you are at this level of understanding. Most of us are not. We need to cultivate the sense of acceptance, because acceptance is not easy to come. Yeah. It's not easy to come. It can come from various ways. On my 70th birthday, I told you how it came to me. Na? That camp I went to, I was in school, final year of school. And Scoutmaster was coming after 2 days. I was in charge. And we went through the place, it rained in the night, everything is flooded around wet. What do we do? Firewood is wet, everything is wet. Unseasonal rain. It was a Diwali time. जी क्या करेगा? I'm looking at it. All the kids are looking at to see what next step to take. Something clicked inside. Accept, this is fact. Now what do you do with it? That moment, that acceptance really clicked into my mind. I was a schoolboy, 17. Accept, this is fact. Now what? So I said, okay, let's do this, the whole thing. It all worked out. So acceptance can come in various ways. I didn't have an understanding of Ishvara and all at that time. I mean, I had some rudimentary understanding, that's it. So Prasada Buddhi will be natural for a person who understands Ishvara's order. But most of us don't have that. Therefore, you have to cultivate that. For cultivating, you need bhakti. Bhakti is an emotional connect that you have towards Ishvara. That is too impersonal for me to have a connect. Therefore, I need a form. If it is impersonal and you can connect, no problems. You don't need a form. Where do you need a form? I am making that connect. Ishvara is alive. Because everything is Ishvara. Isavasyam idam sarvam. Everything is fine. Whatever I see, Ishvara, fine. No issue. If that is there, no problem. But it is not there. Therefore, we will say do some acts of worship to make the emotion come up. Yeah. It's like wooing someone. You woo. Why? To make the emotion come up. Na? Why do you woo someone? Same thing. Make the emotion come up. That's why in Hindi there is an expression, no? Oh, Bhagavan ko manane laga. It sounds silly. You're wooing Ishvara. You're wooing Ishvara not for the feeling to come up there, for the feeling to come up here. Yeah, in Hindi it is that. You know, what is that bhajan song? मीरा ने कृष्णा को मनाने लगी. There's some bhajan, this is there. North Indian bhajan है ये. अपना प्रेमी को मनाने लगे. Wooing. Not for Ishvara to have the feeling, for you to have that feeling. Yeah, you need that. If you don't, no problems. You don't walk into a temple in your life, no issue. Because you already have it. Everything is alive. Are you getting the idea? This is where the problem comes up. But you can't walk into a temple and say that is mithya. Don't say that. Until you understand everything is mithya, don't say that. Because then you will say that is mithya, I am satyam. ये उल्टा हो गया. And don't say I am also mithya, that is also mithya. That's wrong understanding. Are you getting the idea? I am satyam, I have to understand that. Therefore, this is a stepping stone. That's okay. Therefore, you have a murti which is, then there are some rules, regulations, etc. I mentioned, how to worship, all that. Just so that you will take it seriously. Yeah. You will take it seriously. That's it, nothing else. Because then you need some ceremony around it, no? Like flag, nation. Nation, yeah, the flag, symbol. Then you have rules and regulations about the flag hoisting, go up at sunrise, come back at sundown. Udayastama puja, same thing. Puja at the beginning. Same thing it is, I am telling you. Why? Because you need that ceremony. Don't let the flag touch the ground. Yeah. So, If the national concept is clear and your patriotism is clear, then no need of that. But what am I dealing with? I am dealing with this country bumpkin. I have to make him patriotic enough to be able to run into gunfire. What's the difference between a trained soldier and an untrained country bumpkin? A country guy will run away from fire. A trained guy will run towards it to see how to deal with it. Big difference. For that sense of patriotism, etc., has to be high. No nation. When he thinks of his country, he thinks of his village in Kumbakonam. Warm, nice, river Kaveri flowing, and here is in Siachen frozen. He doesn't think that is his country. He can't emotionally connect with that. But he is connected with the flag, and therefore that helps. Same way for a human being. That bhakti connect has happened. Therefore that can be extended into life. Then Ishvara, cosmic order. That's why, remember I told you steps of understanding? Stages of understanding God. Remember, why did I do all that? Because depending upon your psychological maturity, you will understand them. And if you understand one higher level, you are psychologically becoming more mature. Finally, you understand Ishvara as order. Then I am Brahman. Fine. Okay.
But then why every god has so many names, different?
Pyar se.
Ganpati has got 1,000 names, Durga has 1,000 names. Shiva
Because Indians love to call God all sorts of names.
different qualities for every god.
You see, each standpoint. Bhakta Vatsala, one who takes everything care of the Bhakta. So that's all names given. Yeah, that's okay. That's part of the game. You know, see, India, that way, every Indian boy or girl, how many names do you all have? Really? 3-4 is minimum, no? Minimum 3-4. Yeah. Nicknames, this, that. The same way. Same way. God also has. Yeah. Because you want to bring out facets of Him, no? Facets of Ishvara. So you're calling Him different names. And you'll always find a mixture of Nirguna names and Saguna names. Because to remind you, hey, this is nothing but pure consciousness. It's a Bhakta Vatsalaya, one who takes care of his Bhakta. You're very happy with that. Okay? Trinetraya Namaha, one with 3 eyes. Then Anantaya Namaha, one word will be slipped in like that. Limitlessness. Why? To make you understand this is Brahman, okay? That's what you're really dealing with. Yeah, it's all mixed up. Many of you attended the Vishnu Sahasranama by Swamini, yeah? Many of you have gone. Yeah. So, how many names are there? Saundarya Lahari, yeah. She did that first 49 verses, right? 41 verses. 41 verses, yeah. Ananda Lahari. Yeah, you read the other one, there are more names. Each part of the Devi is described. From your eyes and eyebrows and ears and nose and. Yeah. True. And each verse there has a yantra. Each yantra has a form of worship, including what to offer, everything. It's highly tantric. Highly tantric. That is now what to do. Hi, sir. But be careful, anyone doing Saundarya Lahari. You know what you have to be careful? If you're chanting Saundarya Lahari, people of the opposite sex will be attracted to you. Yeah. I'm guaranteeing. I stopped doing it. This is a fact, it will happen. You want only more verse? I'll give you those verses. He has fallen for you anyway. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, but this is one thing you have to be careful about. That's why you won't find sadhus chanting Saundarya Lahari very often. Saundarya Lahari is also to be chanted when you have too many enemies. You will take care of that also. Yeah. So if too many enemies you have to face in life, chant it. Yeah. So now look at it. What do we see? All this is worship, no? What are you doing there? Invoking one aspect. certain aspect of it only. Yeah. Nothing but Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman. If you can't relate to that, relate like this. Yeah. By Upasana, you take care of your mind. Then with that ready mind, you come and study Vedanta. That's how it is. Karma Yoga, you take care of your mala, ragadveshas. By Upasana, you get antakarna naishalyam, the steadiness of the mind. Then you study Vedanta, avidya is gone. That's how the process is. Yeah. So we'll say some form of worship. It doesn't matter what form. Yeah. Okay. And na samavayi karanataha, because samavayi asiddhe. He says there is nothing called samavaya. Inherence. Nahi hai. Why? Inherence is there, but not the way Tarka describes. Okay. Samavaya karanam is like a nitya sambandha. Okay. Like the sambandha between water and its flowing nature. Nitya sambandha. So between guna and dravya, any nitya sambandha is called samavaya karanam. So Vedanta will turn around and say, there is nothing like samavaya karma in that sense. Describe gold to me, practically, right now. Describe gold, what will you tell?
Golden, good conductor.
Atomic weight, because you are starting now. Malleability, good conductor of electricity, shiny, yellow color. What are you describing? Gunas only. Then you are saying these gunas are existing in gold by samavaya karna. That is gold. Yeah, because there they make a difference between guna and guni. We will say in Vyavahara, everything that you are describing is guni only. Or guna, there is no difference. Yeah. We only say nama rupa and content. That we will say. So ashrayatvam we will say, not otherwise. Okay. Okay. Astu va dravyatvam brahmana. Okay, this is called ardha angikara, half accepting your argument. Let there be dravyatvam for Brahman. Okay, let there be. Then what? Tathapi nirupasya kalasyeva chakshuradi jnana vishayatve na virodaha. Now this is again using Tarkika argument. According to Tarka, when you see an object, you see that object here, now. You are seeing the book. You are seeing the book now. No? What it was earlier is not being seen. Therefore, they say time, which does not have color, etc., is also seen by the eyes. So then if Brahman is seen by the, what's the problem? It is accepting half argument. We don't accept time as quality of a book. No. Time is conceptual. Time is purely conceptual. Okay? Time is purely conceptual. So, if it is there, you are taking, then all right. Brahman is seen. What's the big problem? Anyway, we are saying Atmavare Drashtavya. You have to know yourself. You have to see yourself clearly. Then what's the problem? Even if you take it as a dravya, it's not a problem. But what type of a dravya we will take it? Satyam Jnanam Anantam. We will not take it as a dravya, as guna, ashraya, etc. Not that type of dravya. We have to take it as Satyam. Anantam Satyam. Then there is not an issue. You take it, call it what you want. It doesn't make a difference. Okay. I think we can see the next para. Next para is very simple. You are familiar with all that. Yadva trividam sattvam. Otherwise, you can take sattvam, reality, existence, as threefold. Paramarthikam, vyavaharikam, pratibhasikam nisheti. Absolute reality, functional reality, and imagined reality. Paramarthikam, sattvam, brahmana. Brahman is absolute reality. Nothing else will be absolute reality. Vyavaharikam Svatvam Akashadehe. What is Vyavaharikatam? Earth, sky, etc. Functional realities. Pratibhasitvam Sattvam Shuktirajita. Pratibhasikam will be what you imagine on the functional. Like the coin on the shell, etc. Rope snake, all these will be pratibha. Anything that you have projected, your emotional reality, pratibhasikam. Tathacha gatasan iti pratyakshasya vyavaharika sattva vishayatvena pramanyam. When you are saying sun gataha, gata exists, we are talking about you seeing the vyavaharika sattva, the transactional reality, the functional reality, vyavaharikam. Asmin pakshe gatadi brahmane nishedha na swarupena. Therefore, in this paksha, what will happen? Gata will be negated with respect to Brahman, not with respect to itself. Gata has a functional validity, we will accept that. Then what are we negating the Gata? As not being Brahman. With the standpoint of Brahman, we are negating. That's what we normally teach. That's how we normally teach. He is including that into it. Kintu paramarkatvena neiti na virodha. But in the absolute reality, Gata is not there. Therefore, there is no problem. Functionally it is there, absolutely it is not there. Asmin paksheta mityato lakshane paramartikatva avichinna pratiyogitakatva atyanta bhava visheshna drashtavya. Therefore, when you are talking about Vedanta, your mithyato definition, remember, atyanta bhava pratiyogi, they will have to be modified slightly. How modified? He says, paramartikatva avichinna. Paramartika avichinna pratiyogitakatvam atyanta bhava visheshanam drashtavya. You have to give this visheshanam, this adjective. What? Not merely swa ashraya atyanta bhava pratiyogi, but paramartika swa ashraya atyanta bhava pratiyogi. From the standpoint of the absolute, atyanta bhava. Then the whole world will become mithya, all right, no problems. It's just an addition to bring in the Vedanta standpoint, not just the Tarka standpoint. Okay. Tasmad uppannam mithyato anumanamiti. Therefore, mithyatam is being decided with your inference. We use inference mainly to decide as far as Vedanta is concerned. In your life, of course, you use inference for a lot of things. That's why you have to see, check up the inferences, is it right, wrong, that, all that. Upadhis are there, not there. All that you have to check up. That is valid. But here is talking only of the connection with Vedanta. In the Vedantic study, in what way are you using Anumanam? Mithyatva Nishchaya. That's it.
So in the last part, this Karmatika,
Yeah, that, what is Mithya definition? Atyanta bhava pratiyogi. Instead of Atyanta bhava, he says Paramartika Atyanta bhava. Add the word Paramartika there. From the standpoint of absolute, you are talking about Atyanta bhava. Not from the standpoint of pot. So to understand world is Mithya. Otherwise Jagan Mithya. To understand Jagan Mithya, understand as this. From the Paramartika standpoint. Why? Because now you are talking about functioning reality. So it's functionally valid, na? You can't say book is not functioning reality. It is a functioning reality. That means you are giving it some validity. Yeah. Then you say Paramarthika Nishchaya is Mithya. The book has a reality as far as your functioning is concerned. Absolute standpoint. So make it clear, he says. Make it clear. Use that word and make it clear. So you understand exactly from which standpoint you are talking. Because Satya Mithya can also be used for rope snake. But this Mithya is not that Mithya. No? Rope snake Mithya is not book Mithya. Therefore, Paramarthika Darshana. Add that qualification. You're just refining your understanding. That's it. Yeah. Just refining it. Yeah. So after that, you will say, give up and say, okay, Baba, understood. Brahma Satya. I'm joking, okay? No, but the more you wrestle with it, the better you are understanding. You know, why do you go to the gym and lift up dumbbells? और कुछ काम धंधा नहीं है. You don't have any other work. What is lifting? You just become stronger. Now you are wrestling with 2 dumbbells just to become stronger. You think a villager who is chopping wood, carrying those logs up, etc., requires dumbbells for exercising? He is stronger than that. He will do it all day. Muhammad Ali, when he used to train, he never used to lift dumbbells. He used to live in the wild, chop wood, carry firewood, carry logs. He used to train like that. Why? Naturally, you are becoming stronger. Yeah, so this is it. If Nyaya was common and you are arguing against them all the time, it will become norm for you. But it is not norm. Therefore, we are refining the logic you already have. You have logical minds. We're just refining it. That's all we are doing, strengthening it. The study of this text, etc., is mananatmakam. Strengthening your mananam. Otherwise, you will say mananam, reflection. I'll sit down and reflect. What are you reflecting on? Nothing. Being taking care that your understanding is not categorical. That's also important. Yeah. So, next class, come with your questions. Otherwise, I may have some questions to ask. Yeah?
This is similar to when we talk about Big Bang and we ask who is the observer. Something similar is what.
Exactly. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Sure.
There is scientific and.
Yeah. So today's need, what is necessary is actually to write a book answering arguments from science is necessary. Yeah, let's see. God willing, time permitting. Yeah. Good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.